Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and this is the lovely Julia.
Hi.
And Julia has requested that we come back to Selborne because it's so fantastic. And with the church behind us chiming away, I'm more than happy to come back with the lovely Julia and find out why she's requested our return. So Julia, over to you.
Funny you should say that.
Yes, yes, I see where you're going.
I brought you here to show you the yew.
The yew tree.
Yes, the yew tree.
Ah.
So she's, I said she, I'm not sure why, because I'm pretty sure it was male.
Shall we go and look at it?
Yes.
You're going to leave me there?
Let's go.
Let's go.
So, we know the yew to be at least up to 1400 years old. It could have been as little as 1200, but it's definitely between 12 to 1400 years old. And it's mentioned quite a few times, I think, in Gilbert White's publication, Natural History and Antiquities of Selborne. So this yew stood here up until 1990, 25th of January, when it was blown down in the Great Storm. Now there was a name for that storm. The Burns Day storm, that's right. And it fell down. We would have been looking at its root system here, and it fell in that direction. Fortunately, it didn't land on the church, because that would have been quite devastating, I should think. It was devastating enough. Everyone was quite devastated about it. I mean, as you can see, what we've got here now is a part of the trunk, which was, all the leaves, all the branches would have been cut off it, and various things were made out of those, and parts of those we'll look at in a minute. But yeah, so this was re-erected in the hopes that it might take some root again or carry on, but no, it was definitely had it. But it turns out that they managed to get a cutting off one of the branches, and so you can just about see the trunk of it there. This little baby is the new yew, a direct descendant of, or rather clone of, the ancient yew that stood here.
I can just see the, as you say, the trunk of the new yew.
Yeah. And the interesting thing about this yew is that obviously I've mentioned that Gilbert White was quite fond of it, and I can't help but think that as he was born in this here vicarage, not a leaf fall, although yew trees don't tend to drop their leaves, but not a leaf fall from the yew. In fact, I would imagine the boughs would almost have reached to the house itself. So I just find that really fascinating. I can't help but feel that would have helped inspire him in his little quest for learning about the natural world. I'm glad he did, because he inspired Darwin.
It's certainly a remarkable tree with a remarkable history.
It is, definitely. I mean, one thing I'd like to point out is that all the vegetation you see there is not
not the
tree itself.
The tree is actually dead,
yeah,
and it's just a
shell.
carcass or a shell. Yeah.
It's basically the home for the roots of all those beautiful things growing from it.
Shall we go and look in the church?
I think we shall next. I'd like to take you into the church to show you some of the memorabilia that was kept from the tree, or kept of the tree. So first of all, you have this cut slice. Oops, sorry. You have this cut slice of the tree. I don't know how much you're going to see of this on camera, but here's the centre, and there are little dots varying in various places along its rings, describing roughly where in the timeline certain parts of history might have happened. Like, for example, here it is, around about here, so was Gilbert White's birth, 1720, and then Jane Austen, 1775. So yeah, Gilbert and Jane.
Yes, no, that's a very beautiful, and what a great idea. I think that's the lovely thing is to take a slice out of the centre of a tree to give you an idea of its width and everything else, and then use the rings as much as you can to give some sort of timeline of history.
I think it's a spot of genius, to be honest.
I've not seen that before, so not that means anything, but because I haven't seen it. But what a brilliant idea!
this slice actually came from this second trunk as such. You know, you get the main trunk and then a second
Right.
usually. So that came off the second trunk because obviously the first trunk was mostly hollow, as they found out after it fell.
Wow, this is another beautiful old church, isn't it?
It's gorgeous, and I like this little
The model of the
money
church.
slot model. It's got the slot in the top to put your monies in.
So what are you going to show me inside
Like you
here?
Come this way, please.
Because obviously there could be many things that one would love to see in a church,
There are
but
lots of features in here that are really nice, but there's a few particular pieces I'd like to show you. Like this display cabinet here. In here we have an image, well, it's a diagram of the hole left by the trunk, by the roots when the yew fell over, and showing where some of the skeletons were found and some of the items that were also found in it, dating from 14th century.
gosh,
Pottery fragments and
it's nice
nails and stuff like that.
it's nice to see that sort of stuff, so that the church is sort of acting as a bit of a museum.
And over here we have the 2 Gilbert White stained glass windows.
Oh, magnificent windows.
For a faithful priest, God be praised, a humble student of nature and a writer of genius. Anno Domini 1993, when this one was made. But yeah, I love it, it's beautiful. I love the fact that it's got Timothy the tortoise featured in that middle one, looking down over the edge of the ha-ha, I should think.
Oh yeah.
All the different bits of animal. Oh look, I've just noticed, I didn't see it last time, but is that the yew standing in front of the
could be,
vicarage?
yeah.
I think it is. I don't have a picture of that, I'll get one. Yeah, and he's got all these birds, because obviously he was more ornithology than anything. That was his main thing. So yeah, I love that. He's got all the birds in his arm and everything. Oh, it's lovely.
So Julia,
So Richard.
what next?
Well, I think it'd be nice just to go and pay a little tribute to old Gilbert himself, don't you?
Gilbert White's grave?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So do you know where his grave is then, Julia?
Yes. Did manage to find it in the end last time.
Yes, we sort of have there was a sign, wasn't there? There was a little
Yes.
sign.
FYI, if anybody wants to come and find it themselves, look for this sign. It says, "To the grave of Gilbert White." I know it seems really, really simple and plain, and that, you know, we shouldn't have needed to have worked this out in the first place. But yes, then you follow the cut grass. I love the fact that they leave the rest of the grass up, because it's great for the wildlife and the insects.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry.
It is a humble grave, isn't it? It's
Exactly as he asked for.
yeah, his initials are really actually only all that's on the tombstone. Well, Julia, we've run out of time again.
We have.
But thank you for taking me round and doing all the research and pointing out all those wonderful things.
You are very welcome.
Well, I think everybody there appreciates it, so that's great. So do come if you're ever near Selborne in Hampshire, do check it out. But I think we've got some more videos yet to make here, haven't we?
Yes, because Selborne is so lovely and so beautiful, and there's still the hangar that we need to do, and
Yeah.
the zigzag path.
There's lots.
There's so much more.
So-
Pottery.
Yes. So join us again on another one. Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next.
Thanks.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Right, cup of tea time, I think.